And after already discovering that I liked Pinterest because of the SEO elements and the social media elements and how they blend really nicely together, when I saw the VA program appear, that's when I thought, okay, this is my opportunity. I'm going to take a hit, see if I can go all in on Pinterest. And actually start positioning myself as an expert in one area, and have the confidence to do that. Sometimes it's okay to say, this is what I want to do, but when you've got a group of people that are also on the same journey as you, it really, really does help boost your confidence.
Hi, Olympia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, I brought you in to grill you or ask you some questions about your time with me. Now, we just wrapped up an interview talking all about how you, as a Pinterest strategist or person who's working in online marketing, you jumped into my course, Pin Potential, but you didn't just jump into Pin Potential. You also took a very small coaching program that I offer called the Pinterest VA Accelerator. And so really, I want to be diving into that experience with you today. But before we do that, can you introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what you do online?
Yes. So my name's Olympia. I am now a Pinterest marketing manager. I work freelance under the business name Say More Online. And I help e-commerce clients grow their brand using Pinterest.
Love that. And you've had such an incredible roster of clients, home decor, fashion, content creators. And now you've sort of landed on really helping people with e-commerce or online shops. What sort of work did you do before you decided to sort of expand into the world of Pinterest marketing?
Yeah, so before I went freelance, I was a marketing manager for various different SME companies in London. So I had a good understanding of how marketing departments work. And then I went into the freelance space, working with a few local businesses who I
Why did you
realized.
decide to do that? Can I ask? Like, why did you? So you had more traditional marketing jobs, and then you decided to try your hand at freelance. Was there anything that kind of pushed you or introduced that to you?
Yeah, so really it was having my son,
Mm,
and realizing that it wasn't as easy to get into the city, once I had him.
right.
But not only that, it was around the time of when COVID had just started, and a lot of local businesses were looking for a little bit more support. So a friend of mine had recommended me to a few businesses, and we was helping with them with their social media, which was
Mhm.
Facebook and Instagram. And that's when the conversation started happening. And then they started to find a bit more of a need of Pinterest, but didn't know anybody who looked after
Mm,
Pinterest at all.
right.
um, yeah, that's where it all started, really.
Yeah. Well, and I think that story is like a good one to share because I think I get lots of emails from people who are like in that same place, right? Whether you either are, growing a family or starting a family, or maybe you're a caregiver, or you're just sort of done with the 9 to 5. I think like we all go through that stage where we work a traditional job and you realize, wow, that's a lot of time that I spend commuting. Or what if I get stuck at work? Or what if my little one needs me and they're
Mhm.
sick? And
Yeah.
there's, for some people, it just doesn't really work anymore. So deciding, I
Mhm.
know that was my story as well, like coming into freelance, and I never thought about working for myself. And now it's
Mhm.
like, it's very hard for me to imagine working in an office where I commute an hour, each
Yeah,
way
I
to
know.
rush home, to make dinner, to put my
Mhm.
kids to bed. I just,
Impossible. It would be
impossible.
absolutely
Yeah.
impossible. Yeah. I don't know. And the same as you, I could never ever see myself going back now that I've taken that leap. So I'm glad I took that leap. It's scary at
Yeah,
first. I
of
think
course.
you can think about it a lot. I think you just have to then say to yourself, look, I'm going to do it.
Mhm.
The worst that can happen, it doesn't work, and you can get yourself a job back in an office pretty much anywhere,
And I love
really.
that, right? And so, like, as a marketing manager, you had a lot of skills. You had SEO skills, you were comfortable with website related skills, social media like Instagram or Facebook, but you identified you were really interested in working with clients and supporting others with their Pinterest management. What made you interested in the Pinterest VA Accelerator, like a small group coaching program specifically for Pinterest managers.
Mm.
What was it about that program that you were kind of like, oh yeah, this is the program I want to help me grow
Yeah.
my business?
Yeah, so when I saw that email come into my inbox about the VA, that was like my sign. And what had happened prior to that was that I was working with these as a freelancer with these local businesses. But a lot of them were finding that there was somebody in-house that could take over their Instagram for them, or, they wanted to save money, and the clients weren't really staying. And that's when I found the sweet spot with Pinterest, is that a lot of people don't actually know how to manage it in-house, but there was a demand for it as well. And that's when I went, okay. And you hear a lot about niche down. If
Yeah.
you can niche down on something, it shows that you're an expert in one area. And after already discovering that I liked Pinterest because of the SEO elements and the social media elements and how they blend really nicely together, when I saw the VA program appear, that's when I thought, okay, this is my opportunity. I'm going to take a hit, see if I can go all in on Pinterest, and actually start positioning myself as an expert in one area, and have the confidence to do that. Sometimes it's okay to say, this is what I want to do, but when you've got a group of people that are also on the same journey as you, it really, really does help boost your confidence.
Yeah. Well, and I think it helps move things along faster, right? There's that accountability. Now let's talk about it. I actually, the funny thing about me is I actually hardly ever tell people about the Pinterest VA Accelerator because it quietly sells itself. It's a program that is a small group. We meet regularly and there's trainings that go with it. What were you drawn to about that format? So you mentioned, it was really nice being with other folks who were in a similar position for you, but I'm not sure if you looked at anything else before joining it, but it's specifically for people who want to scale their Pinterest management or Pinterest strategy business. What was it about the actual, core of the offer or the program that was different or that, appealed to you?
When joining the program, it was the understanding that for me, it was like the tools and the documentation, the kind of like backup. So, I'm going to be positioning myself in a particular way, but I'm also going to have the tools and the resources behind me to be able to deliver it a lot more professionally than what I have been. And then talking about what that looks like as well. There's one thing saying, okay, I'm going to pitch, these people with my offers, but what are the
Yeah.
right sort of offers that I should be giving them? What's the right sort of ways that we should be pitching that on a phone call, having kind
Yeah.
of follow-up emails to send to them? It's those sort of resources that, are getting given to you straight away, so you don't have to waste any time in doing the wrong
Sure.
thing, and you just get straight to it. So it's really refining it, so that
Mhm.
you can get,
And refining it quickly, right?
yeah,
When you talked
yeah.
about niching down, I think that's something that we know in business. If you know who you're looking to work with and attract, business just starts to take on a different, yeah, it's like, it's a cup full sort of perspective, is that you kind of can dodge some bullets or people who maybe aren't a good fit for you. What would you say were some of the biggest takeaways as time has gone on and you reflect back on your business, where it started and then where you ended up to today? Is there anything sort of that you could share with us, or anything sort of big takeaways from the course that really helped you? Or really, I say course, it's really like more a program or coaching.
Yeah, so pricing matters. And actually,
Mm,
when you don't offer the real value of your work, you end
mm,
up working with, you know, clients that are a little bit more difficult than the ones that are willing to pay more. So actually, you could be shooting yourself in the foot for a lot of reasons if you don't price your packages properly. That's something that I really, really learn actually from joining your courses. Unless I'm willing to say no to the people that aren't willing to pay for me, then I'm only going to be working with a handful of people that are either
yeah,
difficult or don't see the value in what I'm doing. And it's once
yeah.
you start positioning yourself properly, is that when you start attracting your
Well,
ideal.
Pinterest marketing is a special beast, right? I don't think it's always an easy yes for our clients. They're not sure if it will work for their niche. Are they set up properly? I feel like you really have the confidence now and the intuition to know when someone's a good fit for you. And actually, on that note, when someone graduates from the program, they get entered in the pool of, people who I have personally worked with and feel comfortable referring clients to. We don't need to name names, but you've got clients from that part of it. And do you feel like the caliber of the clients, or that's helped you build your business, or even presented opportunities that maybe wouldn't have been there if you hadn't taken the program?
Yeah, absolutely. I think starting out, there are quite a few Pinterest managers out there, and I think people look towards, there's a few in the space that are up there, and because you being one of them, a lot of big businesses come your way, and having that referral and being having the opportunity to work with such big names that you've passed on to me has really, really been pivotal. Not only do I get to meet some really exceptional people, but I also get to learn how their working process is. It's quite inspirational, and it's good for the portfolio too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, like
it's really
sometimes
good.
like you were a little bit different because you had experience marketing and you're very confident. But I know some people come to the program and they're newer. And so they're just, they need experience talking with clients, asking the right questions. And so we've had the full spectrum. One thing I know is that you keep in touch with a few different people from the program. So do you feel, I know some people might be worried, like, oh, like, but aren't they my competitors? Do you like what sort of the community, the type of people who join the VA Accelerator? We're a little VIP group that we still regularly, we talk, and we don't talk as much as when the
Yeah,
program is actively on, but we stay in touch. Would you
yeah,
say
it's
it's
nice.
a good group of people that you feel are championing you, or even like, help you problem solve something that's going on?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's definitely community over competition, and
Yeah,
there's plenty of businesses out there that want Pinterest. So there's never this feel that we're in competition with each other.
right.
Having like-minded Pinterest managers to speak to on a regular basis, bounce ideas off. We even dig deeper into the back end of things and help each other pinpoint what's happening
Hmm.
in particular changes and so on. It's so nice to have that community. So yeah,
Yeah,
I've met a few nice people. We have regular interactions, and again,
yeah,
it's that platform. I wouldn't have met them if it wasn't for
yeah,
the Accelerator program.
yeah.
You just won't meet people like that otherwise.
Well, and I feel like we're revamping some things right now. And part of that is sharing the stories of the people who've come out of the VA Accelerator swinging, who have incredible businesses. And really, like, I think what's cool is that, like, your story is sort of similar to mine in that, like, we wanted to make a change for our family. We want to balance having kids, being a parent, while also sharing our marketing genius with people. If you had to share one thing about the Pinterest VA Accelerator that you would like to, something about the program that makes it different, or how it's helped you as a closing thought, is there anything that you could share if someone was thinking, I might want help with this, or I'm not sure if this program's for me? What do you think you could share with them?
Yeah, so as a mum, and we was touching on the fact that we do this to change our lifestyles for our families, to be more present with our families. I think it's really helped me to have more time with my children. The Pinterest Accelerator course has done everything that I need to make sure that I'm meeting the right clients, the right type of clients. But it's also given me Pinterest in particular, if we're unsure of it as a platform, has given me the space to breathe and enjoy my work as well. It's a lovely platform to work on. And I think if people are unsure on whether or not that's the area that they want to be delivering their clients, and if they're looking for the opportunity to have more time with their children, to have more time for themselves, to even spend summer holidays doing
Yeah,
less work, I'd definitely say, definitely go down the Pinterest route.
yeah,
Definitely, yeah, because
love that.
it's such a lovely platform to work on, and then with your help, absolutely. If you want to find the right clients,
Right.
and
Awesome.
clients
Well, I love
too.
that. And I think it's even funny, like when we were trying to schedule this, like we're in very different time zones. And so I had to make sure I had my kids out the door, walk the dogs. You're going to
Yeah.
school. hiccup now, but we managed to make it
I
happen, and I
know.
so appreciate you, Olympia. If anyone wants to follow up and learn about your work in the Pinterest marketing space, where's the best place for people to check you out?
Thank you. So you can find me. My website is www.saymoreonline.com.
Awesome. Well, I'll share all that below. And if you're a Pinterest manager or strategist or looking to get into offering Pinterest management as a service and you would like very specific high touch coaching, make sure you check out the Pinterest VA Accelerator. I'm excited to be sharing some updates with the program and moving it forward so that more people can work in the Pinterest marketing space. Olympia, thank you so much again for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks, Megan. Bye.